Hello and welcome to Elimu's monthly podcast, captured here live at Elimu Resource Centre. And today we're taking a look on life at boarding school, and not life only in boarding school, but life in boarding school in Kenya in specific. And so I'm joined by two students who attend the library often, and we're just going to take a look about this topic in essence. What is it about? How is life in boarding like? What is the environment like? What do the sections in boarding school look like? How is it, just during a normal day? So the first question I would like to ask you, how exactly is the environment around your school as a boarder, and which school is this that we're talking about, and what part of the country is it?
So I'm Bishop Gachemu Gandu, and the school is at Nyeri County. The environment is just cool. Like, we're just okay. We are not near the town. Cool.
Yeah, so my school is at Machakos County, and when we talk about Machakos County, we talk of Machakos School as the main school over there. So Machakos County, Machakos School, it's near the town, and everything there is just the best. That's all I can say.
Okay, all right. Aside from how the environment just looks like, or how it feels like around the boarding schools, could you describe where you sleep, the places that you eat, just your classrooms in general? How exactly are those environments in particular, especially in your schools, descriptively?
Classrooms are just okay. Like, the environment is just conducive for learning. And we sleep at the dormitories, where we have 14 dormitories. In the dormitories, we're not congested, like, we're just okay. Everyone is comfortable. And also, there's everything you need. And we take our meals at the dining hall, where everyone is served the food. Yeah.
What about you?
At my school, you have several classes. Let's say 25, because the pupils are many, and the dormitories are just fine for us, because we are many and the dormitories are many, and the spaces in the dorm are just the ones needed.
Okay. Would you describe a normal day in boarding school? Let's say, for example, when you wake up in the morning, what do you guys do? During the day, are you allowed to access the dormitories, at your just at your volition? And during the evenings, when you go take meals, what happens just the whole day?
So we wake up at, we're supposed to be in class at 5:45.
5:45.
Yeah, AM. Where we go for preps. For the juniors, they go for mass at 6:25.
And by juniors, you mean?
Form 1 and Form 2.
Form 1 and Form 2, okay.
Yeah. Then Form 3 and Form 4 stay in their classes till 6:45, where they go have their breakfast. And the juniors who are at the chapel will have their breakfast after the mass is over. Then after that, after breakfast, we go to work. Like, everyone is given a duty. Yeah, so you just go and work. Then after working, classes. We have classes the whole day till 4, where we have a break. Then at 5 to 6, there's another prep, an evening prep. Then at 6 you're free to go have dinner, and the dorms are open. Yeah.
Okay. What about you? How is life like on a normal day in boarding school?
At our school, our day starts at 4:30. That's the time we wake up. We go for our classes till 5:45. That's when the preps end. Then after that, we go for our breakfast. That's 5:45 till 6. Then the period between 6 and 6:15, where the dormitories, where we just go at the dormitory, spread our beds and all that, and at 6:15, Form 2s, Form 3s and Form 4s are supposed to be at the tuition area where the remedial starts. So, and the Form 1s are left at the dorm cleaning. And at 6:50 there, that's the time they come back to the tuition area, and 7:15 we have our assembly. Then lesson starts at 8 till 4. Then at 4 we have our games, and after games that's 5:30. We leave for our dormitories, and there's that cleaning stuff, personal cleaning, all that till 6. 6 we have our supper till 6:30. Then we'll have back our night remedials till 8. Then after that, say our prep starts till 10, then 10 sleeping.
Okay, so your preps end at 10.
Yeah.
10 p.m. in the
10
evening.
p.m.
For both juniors and seniors. Okay. All right. So I think for me as a student, or rather a student who used to be in a boarding school, our schedule was very tight, and it was extremely packed. The dormitories were fine. I mean, it's a culture within the Kenyan schools that dormitories are just, comfortable. There's nothing much to there's not much space to work with, but it's casual and relevantly comfortable. Otherwise, boarding school, it starts with a very early morning, ends with a very late night. It's around 10 p.m. to around 10:30 p.m. And then that, I think with all our stories, you could get the clear picture of our schedules from Monday to Fridays and so on. All right, so what about food? What do you guys eat in school? What do you guys have during your meals during the week? You don't have to give like specific description, but just a normal overall picture.
So like during the week, lunch we eat ready. Yeah, lunchtime. Then supper, it varies.
Okay. Are you comfortable with the food? When you eat the food, are you good to go to class?
We are just okay with the food.
Okay. And what about you?
What I can say is that the food offered there, it's a balanced diet, so we have no problem with the food.
Are there fruits offered?
Yeah, fruits are often.
Okay. What about snacks? Do you guys have canteens where you can get or purchase a few things, let's say lollipops and whatnot?
Okay, we only have we only have something where we call it loaf center. We just go buy loaves and buns.
That's
only
it.
that. Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
At our school we have several canteens.
Several canteens.
Yeah, and these canteens are like these retail shops we have over here.
Okay.
So everything is offered there.
Oh, okay. So what happens if you're hungry? Let's say, for example, you go for night preps. They end at 10:30 p.m. You go to sleep. What happens if you wake up hungry? Let's say, for example, at 1 a.m. What happens?
During the evenings, you are offered hot water where you can just make hot tea. Yeah. And if you had bought buns or loaf earlier during the day, you can just go with them at the dormitories. Yeah, and you can eat at any time.
Okay. What about you?
What I can say is I've never been in such a state, so I don't know what
It's you don't know. Okay. So I think for my section, having been in school in Kitui, meals are very tight. They're spaced for very long, like from 5:30 a.m. we would have our breakfast, and then afterwards it would be just lunch, and then from then on to just be dinner. So when you wake up hungry, there is no option. That's just you. That's just the condition, and God willing, at 5:30 you'd be satisfied. But that's just the normal condition with boarding schools. All right, so let's talk about the classrooms. How are your classrooms like? How many students are in one classroom? Is there enough space within your schools?
Yeah. So we have 55 students in one classroom, and there is a lot of space.
Okay. What about you?
We have large rooms and 49 per class.
49 students per class, 55 students per class.
Yes.
All right. Do you guys have textbooks that you require, all of them relevant for your courses?
Yeah, we have different. We are offered different textbooks. Yeah, per pupil. So if you just want a different textbook from the one you have, you can just borrow from your fellow pupils.
Okay. Are you given incentives by the school or the government? Do you get free books?
The school and the government. Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
We have a library where you get every book you need. There's the government which supplies books, and the supplement books which you get from our parents buy.
Okay. Okay. So, do you get any free time being in boarding school? Any free time whatsoever? And what exactly do you do with that free time?
So we have free times, and whatever I do during my free time, I just revise. And some of my free time, I just go with other pupils.
Okay. Okay. What about you?
My free time, I use it to make a little chat with my friends.
Okay, so when we're talking about free time, what is this timeline? Let's say, for example, is it Sunday, is it Saturday? And on Sunday and Saturdays, are you guys actually attending class? All of you, from seniors to juniors?
So we have classes on Saturdays, half day, from 8:20 to 12:50. Yeah. Then on Sundays we have a 2-hour prep from 2 to 4.
Okay. Okay. What about you?
At my school, we say we have no classes, but we just have preps.
During Saturdays and Sundays?
Yeah, Saturdays we have from 8 till 1.
Okay.
That's the preps. We're just in class, reading here and there. But on Sundays, let's say it's a free day, but we have our preps from 8 till 1 still.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's talk about laundry. Yeah. For example, if you want to wash your clothes or clean your stuff, what exactly do you do? Is there like a space allocated for these specific activities? Do your clothes get stolen and stuff like that? And if that happens, what exactly do you do next?
So we have a laundrette where we go wash our clothes, fetch water, all sorts of things.
You fetch water?
Yeah.
Okay.
So see, there are taps there.
Okay. Okay.
So we also have hanging lines where we hang our clothes. So and clothes are stolen, but not that much. And when they're stolen, okay, you can just go complain, or you just keep quiet. Yeah.
Okay. If you complain, will your complaints be taken seriously, and will your clothes be returned in essence?
You can complain only if you have seen your clothes with somebody else, wearing them. So the person will just buy an extra cloth for you.
Wow. Okay. What about you? As pertains laundry and matters clothes being stolen.
So at our school, we have a place allocated for laundry work, and there's this specific time allocated. So you can't just go and wash your clothes anytime you feel like.
And this time is during what time of the day?
The period I told you from 4 till 5. From 5:30 till 6, that period allocated, and the weekends.
Okay. Okay.
So incidents of stealing, theft, it's rare. But with these cases, there's a teacher allocated the boarding area who deals with these issues.
Okay.
And there's this issue of being careless and just losing. So the teacher considers.
Okay. Right. So aside from matters laundry and just the boarding section, let's talk about, are you allowed to take actual phones to school? Are you allowed to take your laptop or your technical device or whichever choice that you require to school? And if not, how then do you communicate with your parents?
So we are not allowed, and if you want to communicate with your parents, you go ask for a calling slip.
A calling slip?
Yes.
Huh?
Then you just go to the secretary and we call your parents.
Okay. Okay. And this calling slip, how exactly is it? Like an actual piece of paper or just like permission?
Just a permission.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're given a piece of paper.
That's it. Okay. What about you?
With our school, it's a we are told it's the government policy. It's not allowing having phones, so it's not allowed. And communicating with their parents back at home, you just go to any teacher. There's no this
Specific
yeah, there's no specific time with that because an emergency can just happen anytime. So that's it.
Okay. So, what are some of the activities that you do outside the classrooms? Let's say games, drama, music, festival, anything, entertainment.
So we have our games. As for juniors, they have their aerobics on Wednesday, and seniors have their aerobics on Fridays. And there are also games where the people who are involved in games that just go play to the field on no specific day, but during 4 to 5, yeah.
Okay. Okay. What about you? Games. What activities do you do outside the school?
So in our school we call them co-curricular.
Curricular activities. Okay.
So those are games, music, and all sorts of those. Like games, it's every day from 4 till 5:30. But the music, the people who participate do it on a Thursday because that's when we have the clubs and societies. And the others, like PE, we always have during the class hours. There's a specific time allocated per class.
Okay. All right. So, do you ever leave the school compound? Let's say, for example, I don't know, you feel like today I just want to go take a walk outside the school compound. Can you leave? Or let's say if you actually have a matter that is completely justified, could you leave the compound just for a few minutes or hours or a day?
So we're not allowed to leave the school compound.
Is that okay with you that you're not allowed to leave the school compound?
Yeah.
Okay. What about you?
It's not okay with me.
It's not okay with you?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Because sometimes you just feel like walking out of this normal environment you used to, just to have the breath of the air outside that environment. So that's it.
Okay. So, when you were in grade 8, this is class 8, Sasa, preparing for your final exams, did you dream about going to a boarding school, the one that you're attending?
Yes.
Your expectation was going to attend school in a boarding school completely, and you're okay with that? Yes.
Yes.
What about you?
Yeah,
That's the normal expectation. When you finish
Yeah,
class
that-
8, you attend a boarding school.
yeah, that's like policy we have.
Okay.
So everyone dreams or aspires to be in a boarding school, in a
And
school.
what if you actually get there? Do your anticipations, do they change? Do you start hating the school, or do you just enjoy yourself and just continue on with the anticipation,
Different people, different
expectations?
yeah. So there are others who just get in there and they'll just move with life the way it is. There are others who live complaining, and there are others who just be there confused.
Okay.
So like me, I'm just okay with going to school.
You're completely fine with the restrictions, staying within one area for 3 months. You're fine with that.
Yeah, because that's a culture which I got there, so I don't need to change. Just
Okay.
live with it.
Okay. So now that you're in boarding school, would you wish to go to a day school instead?
No.
Why?
Because I'm used to a boarding school, and I'll find it hard for me to be in a day school. Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you?
I don't. It's not easy to cope up with the new lifestyle just abruptly. Like as for me now, I'm heading to finish my high school. So changing it the last minute can really affect even my performance, and even my reading culture will be altered. So I want to prefer.
What if, for example, you're a Form 1 and this is your first term and you hate boarding school and you want, in essence, if you're in Form 1, would you want to just not go to boarding school?
If I'm a Form 1, I would if it's a must or the state I'm in now. I will have. I will just go to a day school. But
Okay.
as for now, no.
Okay. So, what is good about boarding school? What exactly excites you about boarding school? Is it fun? Is it the people that you'd want to associate with? Is it the teachers that you like, or is it the space that you like?
So what's good about our boarding school is that we've got enough time to read, and the teachers that are just strictly are just strict, and that's all.
Okay. What about you?
Say home away from home, and the different people you meet there, you interact. So you get like these friends become a part of family too. So anytime free time, you just talk, you just have little chats on what is happening, how is their home. You get to know different people.
Okay.
And that's it. And that's how fun it is.
Okay. So has boarding school in essence helped you to succeed as pertains to your studies?
So because I've had a lot of time to read, that's one that helped me succeed in my studies, and and also the teachers that just care a lot about us. They care about our studies, and also they encourage us to read.
Okay. What about you?
I can say it has really helped me because you get sometimes you don't really feel like reading as per that time, but the timetable or the routine just says you have to be reading, so you get yourself reading. So it's like a culture which motivates you every day to keep on reading, and with that you keep on improving your grades every now and then.
Okay. So now, what exactly is the worst thing about boarding school that you wish you could be able to change? For example, for your school, or just in general, Kenya in essence. What's the worst thing about boarding school?
Okay, I can say there's nothing worse.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. What about you?
With me, I can say the issue of waking up that early or sleeping that late.
Yeah.
That's the main challenge with me.
Okay. I think for our school we used to wake up at 3:20 a.m. I know most people, when I tell this information, that like Charity used to wake up at 3:20 a.m. Yes, that was the rule. Wake up at 3:20 a.m. By 4 a.m. you're in class. You're seated from the juniors all the way to the seniors, and our preps as the form 4s would end at 11. And it was just a very tight schedule. And I think the time consumption increases as you move along the staircase of education. So the form 1s used to wake up at 3:20 and end their preps at 10. Form 2s 10:30. Form 3s it started going to 11, and then and just like that. So I think I would agree. That's one thing I would really want to maybe change or put on the platter, to just like this should be extremely reformed, right? So are you enjoying all day 247 during boarding school? Are you enjoying it? There's nothing that you completely loathe or hate. You enjoy it.
I enjoy.
Okay, what about you?
Enjoy because it's a culture which I found there, so you just have to enjoy.
Okay, so but now that's holidays instead of enjoying your homes. You're all here at Elimu Resource Centre. What brings you here, by the way?
Because we need to finish our assignments
True.
and read for the open exams. Yeah, and also find out about a lot of things.
Okay. What about you? What makes you come here?
What makes me come here? I can say finish up my assignments, and you have to revise for the upcoming exam. That's the opener. And with that, you have to update your notes.
Okay.
Because sometimes you're left behind with the notes, and with there you can get all the books which you need.
Okay. So as pertains to matters openers exam, how soon is the opening exams? Because for our school it was you come to school on Wednesday, Thursday in the morning at 4 a.m. you had exams. How soon were your exams?
So when you just open the school, then the next day you have the exams.
At what time?
Our exams start at 8.
At 8. Okay, what about you?
If we come this week, if it's on a weekend, we'll start the next week on Monday.
Okay.
But if it's on a weekday, the next day we start the exam.
Okay. So do you get a lot of homework? Is it burdensome? Is it like extreme? Like you have homework, let's say from mathematics, chemistry, and all the way. Does it sometimes just like put you down with how much work you have to do instead of enjoying the holidays?
So, okay, we get a lot of homework sometimes. It depends with the department. But just okay, because even also the amount of homework depends on the time you will have at home. So just okay with that.
Okay, what about you?
Yeah, I can say sometimes the homework is tiresome, consumes all of your holiday, but sometimes it's just fair.
Okay, it's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us today. I'm sure our viewers have learned something from you, and I hope that you continue to excel in your studies. I hope that you continue to be vigorous with your studies also. And yes, that has been our podcast. My name is Charity. Your name?
I'm Barbara.
And your name?
I'm Bugwa Joseph.
And we have loved to have hosted you guys on this conversation. Thank you very much.